You might watch later that I
From losing
definitely
custody
didn't
of
put
their
in there,
children
I
over a
swear.
prank to having their entire channel deleted by
Did you
YouTube,
prank,
this
bro?
is the tragic tale of YouTube's most controversial family channel, Daddy05. It was created on the 13th of August 2015 by parents Mike and Heather with the goal of pranking their 5 children for views, stating that they
so
always thought their lives would make an
brash.
awesome movie and that they
Well, they
as a
did
family
this.
decided to make this YouTube channel just for fun, and in the beginning it was exactly that, it was fun. When looking at their earlier pranks such as this one in which Mike would try to scare his daughter with a hockey mask, we can see that most of the pranks were fairly harmless in the beginning. Whenever they weren't playing pranks, Mike was maybe doing a grocery store run, an exercise vlog, or possibly even firing up the barbecue, which wasn't all that provocative to say
Those
the least.
glasses.
However, as Daddy05 approached 100,000 subscribers fueled by their least vlog, or
Just say when
possibly
you see
even
anybody
firing up
wearing
the
those
barbecue,
glasses,
which
you
wasn't
already
all
know.
that provocative to say the least. However, as Daddy05 approached 100,000 subscribers fueled by their
Already
fun
know.
family dynamic, things began to change on their channel. Mike seemed to come to the realization that the more intense the reaction from the prank, the more views he would receive,
This guy was
resulting in
evil.
him encouraging his kids
Evil.
to try and get whoever they were pranking as angry as possible.
Yeah.
And keep it going. Get her as mad as you could possibly get her. I'll end it. When it goes too far, I'll end it. But let's see how mad you can get her.
As a result of this being the goal, Mike would
Absolute
then realize
scumbag,
that
dude.
not every child in the family would give an equally strong reaction. For example, their daughter Emma would barely react to even the most brutal of pranks.
Why are you kissing boys at school?
I'm not kissing no one.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. They both said they saw you.
Leading Mike to conclude that she wasn't worth
Oh, you're
pranking in
screaming
the
at your
first
kid for a
place.
prank.
Well, I'll tell you
Hilarious.
why we don't ever prank Emma. It's simply because Emma cannot be pranked. When we do prank her,
Good.
she has like no reaction to it. There's zero reaction.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, there was Cody, who would basically have an emotional meltdown every
Kid's gonna be a school shooter because his dad's a piece of shit. Seriously.
single time he was pranked.
It's just a prank.
Bro.
So you all made me go through all this just for a stupid prank?
Cody had been diagnosed
Yeah.
with oppositional defiant disorder, characterized by symptoms such as often and easily
that?
loses temper, is frequently touchy and easily annoyed by others, is often angry and resentful, which was accentuated by the parents reinforcing
Considering
Cody's
how he's
face that he was
raised, I'm
what
not
you might call
shocked.
a problem child, after mentioning that teachers should get a raise just for having to put
There's no problem child. There's problem parents. Shocker that this kid's parents are these parents.
up with him.
These teachers need a damn raise.
They do. Especially dealing with this one.
I really feel teachers ought to be getting paid a
That
lot
poor
more
kid.
than they get paid.
Cody's short fuse therefore made him the main target whenever Mike wanted to get a reaction
Poor
for the
kid.
camera.
Me and Jake just did a prank on Cody, and now I feel really bad about
No,
it.
you
And
don't.
since the most intense
If you're a
reactions
scumbag.
generated the most views, Cody was
remember
often
these.
pushed well beyond crying, during which Mike would even refuse to turn off the camera after Cody had asked him to do so.
Go and take the camera with you.
No, I gotta
remember
love
this.
my life. You know that.
Spotting a trend in the way that the parents treated Cody
Who
and their
covered
other
this?
kids,
Was it
Reddit began to get
PewDiePie?
vocal about
Somebody
the
else.
Daddy05 channel. These kids need to be taken away and have their time with
Yeah.
their parents supervised, at least
Yep.
for a period of time. Cody for sure needs to be taken away from that house for good, and he needs to know that he was right. This is
Poor
awful.
kid,
I feel so
dude.
bad for Cody. This is unwatchable, and this guy should be in jail. Honestly, I could never in a million years imagine treating my kids like this. It didn't help that Mike took next to no responsibility for what you might call his unacceptable behavior. For example, as shown in the previous clip where he mentioned feeling bad for a prank he had played on Cody, he'd justify it by stating that everyone else had told him to do it.
Everybody
Wow.
talked me into doing
You're
it.
an adult.
Everybody said it would be hilarious.
The mother in the family,
And you're
Heather,
the
who was
adult.
actually a stepmother, didn't seem to care for Cody much
Oh,
either.
yeah.
In addition to stating
Stepmom.
that teachers deserved a raise for having to put up with him, a Reddit comment would highlight that she said, "I love you, but I don't like you" to Cody, although the original episode has since been deleted, so while this is impossible to verify as true, it certainly sounds like something
Is this new? Oh shit, this is today.
she would say, as in
I
another
hope
video,
they're in
Heather would
jail.
state that she was glad Cody wasn't coming to Disneyland with the family, as he was simply
Wow.
going to make everyone miserable.
I don't want to take
Wow.
him because he's bad at shit and he's going to make everyone miserable the whole time. Normal kids
Maybe you're
have bad
fat
behavior.
bitch ass.
Cody
Is the
has
problem.
something else.
The reason Cody wasn't allowed to come to Disneyland was that after going to the toilet,
Step-parents
he
that
had,
do
quote,
stuff
"put
like that
poop
are
everywhere."
trash.
Cody's going to Nan's because Cody was bad and didn't earn going to Disney. Which
And you
sucks.
dig a
He put
camera and
poop
shove it in his face.
everywhere. several times.
Which will be investigated by another large YouTuber known as Philip DeFranco, who would come to
This
discover the
idiot.
following information.
Philip DeFranco came out with a video today talking about Cody not going to Disneyland. Apparently the reason why he wasn't going is because he, put feces everywhere or something like that. He talked to mental health experts and they said, this could be a sign of trauma.
No
what do
kidding.
you say to that? Why do you think Cody did this?
Daddy05 would go on to clarify this by stating that the toilet had simply overflowed.
There is no feces on the wall. What happened was the toilet overflowed.
He's having behavioral
it
issues
happens
because he's
with
being
5
abused.
kids in the house.
Right.
The toilet overflowed. So
Why are these
said
people even
that
being
instead
interviewed?
of saying the real issue why he didn't go to Disneyland, which he was really embarrassed about and he doesn't want anyone to know.
Yet this response only created more questions. Why would you ban a kid from going to Disneyland for simply making the toilet overflow? Would it not be more embarrassing to say that he put poop on the wall, in comparison to the reality being that the toilet had simply been clogged?
You say that you didn't want to share something because you didn't want to embarrass your son, but you put out a video where you claimed that your child,
Makes no
who
sense.
potentially his friends watch these videos, you
Those
put out a
are
video that he's putting
liars.
poop around his house as if that's not embarrassing. And then you tell a story about how a toilet overflowed and that you can't talk about the real reason because it's embarrassing.
Philip DeFranco and Keemstar covering the story led to countless other YouTubers publicizing their opinion about Daddy05 being unacceptable. For example, a video titled How Daddy05 Ruined His Childhood would go viral on Reddit with close to 17,000 upvotes, alongside another Reddit thread with 3,000 upvotes, in which many comments mentioned that the case had been reported to Child Protective Services. However, this had actually been brought up in the interview with Keemstar, where Daddy05 mentioned that they had already been investigated by Child Protective Services, who requested
hadn't.
that they change a few things within the videos, yet found nothing wrong with the way that the family was being run.
CPS, you said, is interviewing the family or investigating the
He was lying
family.
about
Has that case been closed or is it still opened?
No, it's been closed, and that was a while back.
We have changed up everything that they said that we needed to change.
But they interviewed the kids privately, and the case was closed because there's nothing to find. There was nothing
No,
for them
there's
to
plenty
see,
to find.
and they realized that. And they
PBS
did
doesn't
say
care about
that
kids either.
some of our videos were distasteful, which I can agree. I mean, some of
Right.
them are.
Although, all of this would change after Daddy05 would upload their most brutal video to date. It was crueler
Isn't
and
that
more
just a
emotionally
prank,
charged
bro?
than anything they had done in the past. It would completely destroy their reputation, and it went by the now infamous title, Invisible Ink Prank Epic Freakout. The video began with the mother explaining that she planned on pranking Cody by pouring invisible ink on the carpet.
I got a prank
The one
for
she
Cody.
hates.
I bought this here, invisible
This
ink,
evil bitch.
and I'm gonna squirt it all over his carpet and start flipping out because he really didn't do it. So we're gonna see how this goes.
In the clip, her body language and tone of voice implies that it was going to be another fun, happy stunt, although when they do confront Cody about it, to say that they went overboard would certainly be an understatement.
What the hell is that?
What is this?
Cody!
Tell me! I didn't do that! Tell me what you did! I swear to God, I didn't do that!
Cody!
Call over your partner!
This-
I didn't do that! How do I...
Okay. I want to cry for this kid here. Like, when I saw this video for the first time, I had severe flashbacks of my dad hurting me and beating me. And this poor kid. I just want to try not to cry. I just want to hug this kid right here. I just want to grab him and hold him and love on him. This is the most awful, disgusting, abusive garbage in the world. And the fact that this was monetized, the fact that YouTube takes down what they take down, but they leave this. Child abuse. Unforgivable.
Why did you do that?
Pretty quickly, all of the kids are crying whilst the mother is outside the room having a bit of a giggle, and when they do eventually reveal that it was a prank, the
Dude.
kids don't seem all that excited.
We got you, bro.
What's up, Toxic? Do you remember? You might have jumped in late. This is the Daddy of 5. This is a Sunny V2 of him. It just dropped really good. Do you remember this when it happened? I don't know how old you are. This was so When I saw the Sunny V2 on this, I was like, please God, let these scumbags be in jail and let the kids be taken away. I remember this when it first happened, and I was, it's bothering me. It bothers me now. Like, I legitimately, like, I'm holding back tears. Like, to do that to that poor kid? They were so since you don't know, they were a family prank channel. And if you just came in stream, that's their stepmom. And she's already said she doesn't like this kid. She doesn't like him. So you have a stepmom who doesn't like you, and she pranks him. And this is the prank. Right here.
Freak out. The video began with the mother explaining that she planned on pranking Cody by pouring invisible.
I don't say terrible things about anything, most people, most of the time. But just looking at her, this bitch's face, I just want her to rot in hell. I really do. Gotcha. Honestly, I think mine was like the same around time frame. Like, I didn't really get into like YouTube and everything else when everybody else did. It came much later for me. But watch what this evil bitch does.
Ink on the carpet.
I got a prank for Cody. I bought this here invisible ink, and I'm gonna squirt it all over his carpet and start flipping out because he really didn't do it. So we're gonna see how this goes.
In the clip, her body
What a funny prank to scream at a kid.
language and tone of voice implies that it was going to be another fun, happy stunt, although when they do confront Cody about it, to say that they went overboard would certainly be an understatement.
Oh, gotcha. Then I'm not watching it again. But literally, look at that kid. Look at that kid.
Why did you do that?
Pretty quickly, all of the kids are crying
That
whilst
is
the mother
child
is outside
abuse.
the room having a bit of a giggle, and
That's
when they
child
do
abuse.
eventually reveal that it was a prank,
Right?
the kids don't seem
It's
all that
just child
excited.
abuse.
We got you both. You were innocent bystander.
Yeah. You just got owned. It's just a prank, bruh.
The video would go on to receive a ton of backlash alongside
I want to just prank the parents by putting them in a 42-foot tall pool that's a cylinder. We're gonna get out of MS Paint. I want to show you how I want to prank these parents. I want to prank these parents by putting them in something like this. How can I'm bad at 3D. Like a really tall cylinder-y thing that looks like this. And if you think of like a drum, like a big water drum, you got the right idea. But it's like 42 feet tall. I want to put them in here. And there's like a grate up here. Right? Like a grate. Baby. Hey, it's still kind of early. I want you to try to sleep for a tiny bit more. Well, then you can lay in it for a little bit longer. Child abuse. I'm gonna abuse her. I'm gonna abuse her now. I'm gonna abuse her. How'd you sleep?
Morning, everybody.
Best look ever. So, This is what I want to do to just prank the parents, okay? Hey. So then be quiet. Okay. So what I want to do, it's just a prank, bro. I want to do this. So this is actually like, let's do this actually. This is actually like 42 feet tall, okay? I don't know why 42 exactly. It's just what I chose. Okay? Stop making fun of me. So 42 feet tall. Whatever, you get the gist. And what they have to do with their fat, lazy asses is they have to sit here and they have to just like kick and kick and kick and kick and kick and kick to get to the top constantly so they could just barely get their lips to where they can breathe. And then when they run out of energy, they just sink. And I'm going to stand here, me, and I'm going to take a little whiteboard on it so they can see when they open their eyes. And the paper's just going to say, it's just a prank. Stop dying. It's just a prank. That's what I want to do to them. I'm not kidding. You are so soft. You haven't gone through what we went in childhood or other parents. I mean, in this case,
50%, leading Philip DeFranco.
I went through this, but it wasn't just a prank, bro. It was my dad assaulting me. But that's why that's why this bothers me so much. Is what I'm seeing these parents do is no different than the abuse my dad put me through. No different.
You just got owned. It's just a prank, bruh.
The video would go on to
Yeah,
receive
your kids
a
are
ton
so
of
happy.
backlash alongside a like ratio of less than 50%, leading Philip DeFranco to once again discuss the family, bringing widespread attention of less than 50%.
I want to know the 10,000 people that liked that. They better all be bots, I swear to God.
And leading Philip DeFranco to once again discuss the family, bringing widespread attention to the video.
So there was a range of anger. Some people saying this is outright abuse of your children. Others saying this is not abuse, but these are asshole parents that are exploiting their children for money and hurting them emotionally. And then it also appears that they have a dedicated audience that are completely fine with this.
After a bunch of other YouTubers would go on to make their own videos discussing the prank, Daddy05 would respond with a video simply titled Blocking All the Haters, in which they would acknowledge the criticism.
I'm getting all kinds of hate right now on
That's
all
one of
my
Daddy's
social
favorite cereals.
medias and on one of my videos called
Just look at this guy. Just look at him. Then he brainwashes his kids. Because I remember he brainwashes his kids. Or, you know, he says, this is how we make our money, so you have to act like you're fine with it. And he forces that kid that was bawling his eyes out to be on camera and be like, no, it's fine. We don't care. Don't be ridiculous. You guys are so stupid. It was just a prank. Watch.
The Invisible Ink prank.
Following this, they'd go on to ask Cody and Alex if they had been traumatized by the prank.
The prank was done on Alex and Cody.
Was anybody traumatized?
No!
Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Are you?
Look at his face. Go back and watch his face from the beginning. Just that kid's face.
Called the
He's
Invisible
already...
Ink.
I know a lot. I love doing... Caroline. Being so loud. Taylor's asleep. Caroline, it's his food time. That's why he's in there. He's fine. Hey. You weren't listening. You need to listen. Stop bossing him around. Okay? And if you're gonna feed him, give him a half scoop and pour it in there. Don't mess around. Okay? Come on, bub. He does, but honestly... Aries, where are you? Come here. I don't love you, Dad. I want food. Carolyn, get a half a scoop and stop playing around. Not hard. But yeah, he just looks like an absolute scumbag. Stop making him wait. Anyways. for what I've always wanted to do because of what I went through, right? Like, our past usually dictates what we do with our future. And so, me being abused as a kid growing up, I wanted to help kids that were abused and physically, sexually. I've had to do a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of learning. And this kid is literally giving off all of these identifiers, as what you would call it, as their identifiers, their attitude identifiers or behavioral identifiers. And you can see him start playing through in his mind. He's prepping himself for what he's supposed to say because his dad is doing that part of the video. This is probably the third or fourth take that they've done it, so it looks the most fluid. So this is practiced, this is rehearsed, and you see the kid working through it. Watch him.
Following this, they'd go on to ask Cody and Alex if they had been
Look at him.
traumatized by
Right here. He's already prepping. You see him.
the prank.
The prank was done on
Him.
Alex and Cody.
Was anybody traumatized?
No!
Are you guys okay?
Watch his face.
Are you up?
That is a 100% identifying lie. When you have shifty eyes and you're looking around, there's a reason why. There are so many tells in a lie. This kid poor kid is lying his brains out. Look at his face.
Are you guys okay? Are you upset?
No.
It's just a prank.
Just a prank.
Before the mother would go on to state that the real problem was
Watch
the
rinse, repeat.
haters.
To all you haters, you are the ones that give our children drama. You are the ones.
I want to string that fat bitch up by her fat neck roll that she has. I'm sorry. This woman is the epitome of an abusive, narcissistic piece of trash. I can't.
That cause us
Look at
problems.
him.
You are the one that try to embarrass
Look how scared he
us.
is.
However,
Look how scared he
this
is.
video
Move
only
my
seemed to
camera.
bring more attention to the original prank, leading more YouTubers to talk about it. This video
Problems.
Look
You
at
are
how
the
he
ones
tucks
that
in.
Give our
Right? That's why I said I wanted to string her up. I use a rope, it'd be fine. I couldn't get both my hands around her non-existent neck. But look at his, watch his face. He can't even look at her. All the other kids can look at her. He's too afraid to even look at her.
children drama. You are the one that cause
She starts
us
looking.
problems.
See his shifty eyes? The second she starts looking at him, he can't maintain eye contact with her. That's a form of abuse.
You are the ones
Watch
that
him.
give our
You can
children
look at her.
drama.
She
You are
looks
the one
towards him.
that
He
cause
shifts
us
his eyes
problems.
immediately. She
You
looks
are the
towards him,
one
shifts his
that
eyes.
Try to embarrass us.
However, this video only seemed to bring more attention to the original prank, leading more
Jabba the
YouTubers
Hutt
to
looking
talk
bitch.
about it. After a couple of days had passed, Daddy05 would cave in by uploading an apology video.
Right now, we are under severe attack by all kinds of media, by this
Good.
Franco guy.
You should lose
made
your
a
kids.
video about
You're a
us
piece of
just
trash human
steamrolling
being.
us. He never
Good.
contacted me or anything.
Doesn't need
and
to.
Everyone is jumping on this.
Why does he think that anybody would need to contact him when, like, you'd think that someone's trying to put the best foot forward online because it's going to be out there for everyone to see, right? So if this is what your best foot forward of parenting looks like, why would they ever need to contact you?
Hate wagon. Everyone is jumping on this witch hunt.
In which they would try and convince the audience that all the pranks had been fake.
I don't care. Videos are fake. They're fake. They're over exaggerated.
The abuse isn't fake.
Scripted. Some video, I mean, they're just played out. They're the kids' ideas. We act them out.
Although this raised many suspicions, as in their interview with Keemstar, they'd state that the videos were exaggerated but real.
Are these videos 100% real? I mean, is it 100% real, or are you guys putting on a show like McJuggernuggets or Kid Behind the Camera?
The videos were not fake, but some things are a little exaggerated.
This discrepancy led Daddy05 to be interviewed on Good Morning America, where the legitimacy of the videos was put into question on national television.
You're not suggesting that your kids and the crying and the sobbing and that emotion we see was not real, are you?
Yeah, they are.
Not every single time. Some of it was acted.
Now that there were even more eyes on the family, Daddy05 would upload a more polished second apology.
How about stop putting them in the limelight that they want and you just arrest them for child abuse and give their kids away? Why don't we do that instead of putting them on, you know, Good Morning America and everything else? Just
in
mad
which they
teasing.
would state that they were now in family counseling.
We are now in family counseling because we need it.
Yeah.
Not only to get
You're
through
trash
the,
parents.
media stuff, but we
for what you
needed
are.
to
Stop blaming
come
everything
back
else.
together and
It's
have
you.
everybody, even the kids, to understand what we did wrong. This has been the absolute worst week of our life, and we realized that
It's been the worst week of your life. What was the date? Because they'd been doing this since 2015, and if it was the worst week of her life, and this is like 2018-ish, that's 3 years your kids were being abused so you could have monetization on YouTube.
we have made some terrible.
Oh my God!
parenting
Like I said,
Although
narcissism.
the worst was certainly still yet to come.
Really?
Only 10 days after having interviewed Daddy05 for their previous bit of controversy,
Good.
Keemstar would upload
Please
a
get
video
worse.
titled Daddy05
Get these kids
might
away.
be arrested, in which
Good.
he explained that the
Oh,
police were now
please.
attempting to investigate the
Oh,
parents.
please.
More information has come out
Oh,
about
feels
the
so
Daddy-O5
good. Oh my
situation.
God.
Apparently, the police are investigating them. An
Good.
article came out saying that the
Do you
Baltimore
ever-
County Police
Oh.
Department were
Okay, so I used to chew my nails really bad. Really bad. Like, just recently stopped, and I'm proud of myself.
I'm still working on
No, you're not, and you're shouting while Taylor's still resting, and I'm gonna beat you like Daddy05. Just a prank, bro. You can't even see it, but dude, my stupid camera doesn't autofocus. Okay, I have nails now, and my favorite thing is having my head scratched. And you know how when you do stuff like that, like it doesn't feel as good unless somebody else is doing it? Fine. I'm not talking to you, weirdo. But since I never have nails, now when I do it, it feels just as good as if somebody else does it. Because I've never had nails in my whole life, so when I do it, it's just like, it doesn't, oh my God, it doesn't feel, see how I immediately get drunk eyes? I call them drunk eyes. When your like eyes get all like, oh my goodness. Oh my God, my hair. Skyline, come here. I don't trust anyone touching me. Gosh, that feels so good. Go away. My stream, not yours. Where do we go? Are you gonna do your prayers? I'm waiting on you.
saying that the Baltimore
Hold on.
A new video titled Daddy05
Thank you. Eat your breakfast.
might be arrested, in which he explained that the police were now attempting to investigate the parents.
More information has come out about the Daddy-O5 situation. Apparently, the police are investigating them. An article came out saying...
Unrelated. I can't stand Keemstar. Good lord, he's so annoying.
...that the Baltimore County Police Department were investigating, but they were having a hard time finding the videos and understanding which counties that these crimes took place in.
Yet it wasn't only the police who were investigating Daddy05 after it was revealed that the courts were also looking into the family. The biological mother of both Cody and Emma used the media attention to claim emergency.
When did the biological parents step up? The mom. Because the dad, that's the stepmom. Dude, I would have my child out of there in a heartbeat.
Custody back over her two children, meaning that they were now out of Mike and Heather's family.
Emma and Cody are with me. I have emergency custody. They're doing good. They're getting back to their playful selves.
4 months later in September 2017, an
They all
article
seem
will be
like they're
published by
brain
Good
dead.
Housekeeping titled Update, YouTube Pranking Parents Sentenced for Child Neglect, in which it was written, YouTube
That's
channel
awesome.
Daddy05 have been sentenced to 5 years probation for 2 counts of child neglect each. Also, any social media postings of the kids is prohibited unless it is for legitimate family
Dude, that's
purposes.
stupid.
However, by this point, the
Put 'em in
drama
for
was
2
already in
years.
the past, and the family
Give me a
minus
break.
Cody and Emma were back to posting videos under the slightly altered name Family05. Yet this didn't sit well with YouTube, and in July 2018, their channel Family05 will be terminated permanently. In a state of panic, the family would launch their own website on which they'd post vlogs behind a $5 per month payment wall. Yet after only 6 months of posting on the website, they'd wipe every video from it, stating, "In order to move on with the healing process from the 2017 events, we have agreed willingly to remove our videos even from this site. For the sake and well-being of our family, Mike and I feel it is best that we take a long break from the public spotlight." The family would return to YouTube under the Martin family in 2019, which is still active up until this day, although when looking through the comments on these videos, it's safe to say that the damage done to their reputation will never be repaired.